everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. One key thing to watch today will be the battle in the trenches. The Bucs are top 10 in rush yards allowed, and they're going up against the Saints team that will need to figure out how much it can count on the run. So now let's head on over to rainy Raymond James Stadium in Tampa as we welcome in our announcing crew, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Larry, it's something that Floridians are all too familiar with as the rain continues to fall here at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. Tonight, we begin Week 8 with a good matchup for you here between the New Orleans Saints and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. And on the ground they go with the running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. All week in practice, they stress grounding, pounding the football, and they really executed it well there to get the first down.
That usually means getting back to being physical in practice, because when you emphasize pounding the football, it doesn't really come together unless you practice it the same way you're going to play it in the game. That means more bodies, more pads, and a whole lot of popping last week, and they got it done in the game.
Muscles him off, and he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. A give to the fullback on the dive. And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. And here's the offense today that hopes to get off to a strong start. Now a handoff here to his running back. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. So 3rd and inches, trying to pick it up the middle. He had nowhere to go, tackled for a loss.
And you know how we talk about double A-gap pressure, meaning linebackers going in the gap between the center and the guard on either side? Well, it's not always to get to the passer. Sometimes you do that to prevent a running play. Worked pretty well in that situation.
They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. They come out here in the eye. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. And Jenkins is a guy in this offense that I know you like to talk about.
Absolutely love to talk about Austin Seferian-Jenkins. His ability to play in any position, whether it's as a wide receiver or as an inline tight end, his versatility, some of the best in the league.
You even gave him the full name there.
Austin Seferian-Jenkins. He is the real deal.
Let's see what the offense comes with here. 2nd and 8. And to give this time to the tailback. And a nice run to get this up over the 20-yard line. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be third down and about the length of the football. Winston keeps it himself. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it and move forward and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, it shows confidence in your offensive line. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. Winston to throw it this time. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. So we've got a 2nd and 5. Now Jameis on 2nd down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
And he's got his man on the out route. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Fresh set of downs here. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
I know the toss play begins with the guy. Taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4. And they'll go on the ground. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
Winston from the gun on third down. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. First down coming there on the intermediate passing play. That's been a point of emphasis, they told us in practice, using those medium routes to keep the defense off balance.
And it wasn't just them telling us. We got to watch them practice it and work on it because they've been trying to fine-tune it and get it right before this game. And I think they have to be happy with the result.
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down. And now a look at the Saints starting defense.
Levante David is a tackling machine. He's always where the ball is.
Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll cut it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bucs have taken a first quarter lead. Kyle Brinza on now for the extra point. Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. This is fielded at the goal line. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time with just punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. He sets to fire, and this will be caught at the 30. A big-time play there for New Orleans. And even 40 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat.
He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. Down the numbers. There he goes. The 20, 10, 5. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Second and goal from the 2-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. Well, they held him out on second down, and now here's 3rd and goal. They come out here in the I. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great effort there with their 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better. Partner, we're into the 2nd quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you've got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you?
And again this time to the tailback. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a 1st down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Back to throw now, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Quan Alexander. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. They'll give it to him right up the gut. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
They come out here in the I. And they're definitely showing blitz here. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And this defense looks for one more stop here on 3rd after the run. Winston on 3rd and 2. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Ready? Easy. Hey, switch. Let's go now.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. And the lead will grow by 1 more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Give him 18 on that one. And that leads to a New Orleans first down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 13 yards there on the pickup. And the Saints are going to get a first down. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence. Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Looking to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Defense thinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
3rd down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
And the kick is good. He needed a little help there from the crossbar, but the carom goes his way. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So a favorable bounce that time, to say the least, and he's able to convert the field goal there from long distance.
Yeah, the guys behind the end zone didn't need to hike the net up for this one. That thing was a dying quail, but he finds a way to boink it off the crossbar and make it drop throws.
Spinning past him. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
It takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put...
And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Their dangerous wide receiver. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
2nd down now after the incompletion. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Going up top. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
Pulled in at the 24. Touchdown, Tampa Bay! Their dangerous wide receiver. His second touchdown on the season. And this Buccaneer offense is running away with this one.
Well, it certainly feels like that kind of game, doesn't it? No matter what they do, it's going to work. That might be the absolute crusher right there. A punt return for a touchdown.
Feels like there's been a lot of crushers in this game. This lead just gets bigger. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. So the D-line's going to spread out.
All right, here we go. Blue, 90. Blue.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Time to step aside. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout. So this brings up a 2nd and 2. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. They'll come out in the pistol. They go play action here on first down. Backing up. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. Back to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. He had a quick little spin move, but the door shut fast as he's dropped.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. On play action, they'll throw. He's got time. He's going to look deep down the field. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Crashing in from the end there, not to disrupt the pass game, but to disrupt the run game.
Yeah, I love the distinction, too, because the good defensive ends, they can do it all. Set the edge in the run game, make sure that no one can move it that way, and, of course, rush the passer. On that play, use his speed to get there in the run game.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's got this one just across midfield to the 49. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots.
Yeah, that's perfect. 2, Davis, deep. Hey, I got to go. Okay, and sorry about that. Didn't know Larry got cut off early. We are back and ready for the 3rd quarter. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start the 3rd quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Second down and just 1.
Watch left. Let's go now. Move ready.
Now they try the right side here. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
Hey, Sonic, ready.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Well, that's the desired outcome coming out here in the second half of being able to run the football and establish a little bit of pace and maybe even a bit of dominance at the line of scrimmage. And they want that to continue. Way too early to think about this being ball control time. But the way they're running it, you got to think they may want to continue that and see if they can go ahead and grind their opponents into submission.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and it'll be second and very short.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
They come out here in the eye. Going to give this time to the tailback. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on.
So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. 3rd and short yardage, Winston. And that is incomplete.
But sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. You add in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. We got three, fellas. We got three.
They run the counter now on 1st down. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
8 yards still remaining here on 3rd down.
No. Check. Patriot. Here we go.
A handoff. Devontae Freeman. And he gets this one across midfield for the 1st down to the 46. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's brought down. 11 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 1st down, Saints. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
Ebron with it over the middle. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop, but that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
So they'll come away with nothing here. A disappointing result even on a day like this.
And as a kicker in the rain, you've got to slow things down a little bit. Give your holder an extra half second to make sure everything's secure. And here, he might have rushed this one a little, and it winds up no good.
And now here's a carry heading left. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Winston now from the 50. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
He'll look to throw, and he will find his man on the outside. Back now in Tampa. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Here comes the Saints punter now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. He gets this away as he'll wisely, I'd say, angle this to the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with a lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule, trying to get 4 downs on first down, they did that plus 3.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They'll come out in the pistol. And they'll run it here. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Give him 11 on the gain there. And it'll give the Bucs a first down.
When a coaching staff sees their team run the ball this successfully in the fourth quarter, they're really excited, because you can plan for a running game all you want and want to press that advantage when you get it. But for the most part, it's a little bit of a surprise. And right now, they've got to keep that going, want to continue to grind out the clock, because it's definitely in their favor at this stage of the game. Can they close the game out and continue to do exactly what we just saw there, and that's run the football?
They'll give it to him right up the gut. Oh, look at the juke. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Well, I'd say that run's pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, this offensive line has controlled the line of scrimmage, giving them time to throw it, run it, do whatever they wanted. That's why there are points up on the board. And right now, the psyche of the offense, we're in control, and we can do whatever we feel like doing out here on the field. Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
But I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Play action now. Winston finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. They come out here in the eye. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll get him down right about the 20. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. So this will be the 9th play on this drive.
Let's go now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. And this seemingly endless drive continues.
Ready.
On 3rd down, Winston. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
I know where we're headed on this. Terrific catch, gets his feet down, sets up a 4th down and short situation. But I bet we're wondering, why didn't he get to the first down marker running his route? Am I correct?
You got to know where the marker is, right?
Got to figure it out. I know every receiver's taught that. Sometimes circumstances change it. At least they have an opportunity to make a decision with not much yardage to go.
This is fielded at the goal line. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. He'll drop to throw. He's going to let it. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Let's go now. Let's go now.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Now a handoff looking right. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
It's really no surprise to see them running the ball here. They've got the lead, not much time left. They just want to keep the clock moving, and they can win it right now.
Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for the Bucs, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face the Giants next week. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Bucs are winners here as we say so long from Tampa.